Love you too. Man, it's kind of hard to follow after all those pictures. I just wanted to cry up there. Good memories. And then, of course, before that, Papo just bringing the fire down, preaching. But before I get started, I wanted to introduce two of my kids. I've got Ryder, my oldest, and Lola. Why don't you come on out? They each wrote a little speech that they wanted to share. They actually wrote it for the funeral yesterday, and I guess it was just good enough to call them up to the big time. So I'll let Ryder start. He's my oldest, 17 years old. Ryder Presley Ewan. You ready to go?
Yeah.
You feel good? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hello, y'all. I'm Ryder Swaggart, and I was reading in my Bible, and this verse really stuck out to me, and it made me think about Papa Jimmy Swaggart. In Genesis 12:2-3, it says, "And I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great. And so you shall be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and curse those who curse you. And then I will curse them. And in all the families on the earth will be blessed." What I see in this verse is that Abraham trusted God, and in return many people were blessed. And I think that's the legacy that Papa Jimmy left for us. When we trust in God, people are blessed through what we do. And through Jimmy Swaggart, everybody was saved. So many lives were changed for the good. And yeah, and then love you, miss you, Papa. Can't wait to see you in heaven. Tiger out.
And I think we've got no stool for Lola. Okay, so she's good, right? Can y'all see her? She's a little shorter, but she's good. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Oh, I'm on the screen. Wow. Okay. Hi, I'm Lola Swaggart, and I'm Papa's great-granddaughter. I wouldn't say Papa passed away. I would say he passed beyond our greatest desires and wishes. He lived his whole life serving and listening to the Lord from a distance, and now he's right up close with God. It almost makes my heart leap that he's now with the person he's been talking about all his life. From his autobiography, Amazing Grace, he had an experience with God, and this is how he explained it. Quote, "And I have great difficulty trying to explain how it looked. You might say it was liquid light. And yet there is no such thing of which I am aware as liquid light. So just imagine, now he's swimming in a pool of the Lord's light. The first time he ever heard from the Lord, he was 8 years old, in line for a movie like he was every Saturday. The line was moving slow, and when there was about 10 to 15 kids in front of him, the Spirit of God spoke to him and said, 'Don't go in this place. Give your heart to me. You are a chosen vessel to be used exclusively in my service.' Of course, he was just a kid, so he sort of brushed it off, even though he knew it was the Lord. Then the woman at the counter began dispensing the tickets for the movie. When there was about 3 to 4 kids in front of him, the Lord spoke to him again, saying the same thing. He still stayed in line. When he reached the window, the ticket spool got jammed. He firmly believed it was an act of God. Papa grabbed his quarter, turned, and left, Mrs. Green asking, 'Jimmy, do you want to come or not?' He remained silent, continued walking. He felt a sudden weight lift from his shoulders, about 50 pounds. He then returned home and excitedly told his mother, 'I have been saved.' From that moment on, he would bring to school his tiny Bible he would keep in his pocket, and he'd read the gospel during lunch and recess every day. He was only 8, just learning how to read. He said in his autobiography, 'I fell in love with the Bible from a tender age of 8 forward.' My Papa is so inspiring. You will never meet another man that loves the Lord more than he does. He did everything in his power to change the world. And he did it. Then he did it again. And beyond all reason, he did it again.
in a powerful celebration of life that was held for the late evangelist Jimmy Swaggart, the Reverend. His son Benny came out and gave an emotional, touching tribute, that actually was sent to the crowd that attended, his father's celebration of life service. Donny was honoring his father, and he called him America's greatest evangelist. That's huge, by the way. And of course, he's arguably one of the greatest evangelists, to ever exist in the U.S. So the celebration of life service was held at around 6 p.m. Central Time. That was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, on Sunday, July 13th, 2025, and so many people actually came together at the Family Worship Center. It began with uplifting worship to honor Jimmy Swaggart's status, his status, his works, and of course his legacy. What surprised me, actually didn't surprise me, what I liked about the whole event, they even arranged an empty chair, just close to the piano where Jimmy Swaggart usually sat, playing his common and usual piano. Then he discussed the love he had for his father, and of course he also talked about so many things, remembering him as one of the guys who even told him to choose a voice which he was going to use, while preaching and of course giving sermons. The event was was well organized, and of course a lot took place at that event. So many people attended, so many bishops actually came in, to honor the legacy of Reverend Jimmy Swaggart. So we are praying for the whole family. We are praying for Mama Francis. We are praying for the grandkids. They also came in. And actually spoke briefly together with the grandson. So the whole event was really awesome. We are praying for the whole family, the fans, the church, and everyone who knew and loved Reverend Jimmy Swaggart. Rest in power, King.